Hey everyone, happy 2022. Woohoo, we've made it thus far. I want to wish everyone lots of health and happiness. I hope this is a better, kinder year to all of us. In today's video, I will be sharing my haul of 2022. This is a collective haul. Some of these I received at the end of last year and some of these I received this year. Before we get started, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And thank you so much for your continued support. If you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and activate that notification bell. Without further ado, let's jump right into this haul. The first two fragrances I'm going to talk about are from Scentdoor. These were sent to me. They're an affordable online fragrance subscription service. They also sell different size samples, so you don't have to be subscribed to their service. They have over 800 designer, luxury, and niche fragrances to choose from. And they come in these gorgeous, luxurious velvet pouches. It's so nice receiving your sample in this pouch. The two that they sent me are both travel size. The name is on the bottom, and this is Portrait of a Lady by Fredric Malle. I have been wanting to try Portrait of a Lady for such a long time now, and I'm so happy that I have a chance to try it before committing to a full bottle. I will read the notes to you first, and then I'll tell you my thoughts. The top notes are rose, clove, raspberry, blackcurrant, and cinnamon. Middle notes are patchouli, incense, sandalwood. Base notes are musk, benzoin, and amber. Oh, this is heady. It's a very potent fragrance. This is a warm, spicy, fruity, amber, woody rose. This is a dark rose. It's a rose that's deep crimson red. It's very bold, and it's very much in your face. You just need a few sprays. I have worn this on a few occasions when going out of the house, and it does cut right through the cold. This is a great one for this weather. It's absolutely beautiful. It smells natural. It smells like a realistic rose. It's sweet, syrupy. It's dense. The rose is the star of the show here. It's very prominent. You do have to like your rose fragrances to appreciate this one. I think it smells divine. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be buying a full bottle yet. I have to go through this one and see how I feel about it then. The next one, which was sent to me, is Tobacolor by Dior. This is another fragrance I was very intrigued about. This is essentially your sweet honey tobacco. The tobacco note is very prominent in here because you get different types of tobacco. There's a tobacco leaf and then there's the tobacco, and it's certainly very prominent. So you do get that double dose of a tobacco. It's smoky, there's that honey, it's animalic, it's a touch leathery, and this is a dense and rich fragrance experience. It's a very voluptuous, very warm type of scent. And I also pick up chocolate, although there's no chocolate note listed in this, and it could be a combination of some of these notes that are bringing forth this scent. It smells like a gooey type of chocolate. It's intoxicating, it's addictive. I absolutely love the scent. It's warm, it's inviting, it's sensual. You do really need to like tobacco to enjoy this one. This is a note that stays there for the entire wear of the fragrance. It doesn't come and go, it doesn't leave. It stays throughout the fragrance. So this is your honey tobacco fragrance experience. If you love those notes I mentioned, this is really, really good. And I do see this one in my future. The next fragrance that I hauled is The Only One 2 by Dolce and Gabana. Couldn't they name this something else? Because it's not the only one if it's two. In the top notes, there's blackberry, red berries, pear, and freesia. Middle notes are red rose, coffee, and violet. Base notes, tonka bean, patchouli, ambergris, and amberwood. This is syrupy berries, coffee, and floral notes. I love the way these syrupy berries intermingle with the coffee. And the florals add just a right touch. This is a sensual, warm gourmand. It dries down to a coffee and vanilla scent. It smells a bit lactonic. It smells like there's some milk in the coffee. The berries are only there in the opening for a little bit. And then there's no sign of them. All you're getting is vanilla and coffee. I really wish the berry notes stayed in there for a little bit longer because I do love those juicy, syrupy berries. They're so delicious in the opening, and I wish that lasted much longer. But unfortunately, they fade way too fast. And like I said, I'm left with coffee and vanilla and something lactonic. And I do enjoy my coffee and vanilla. I still love the dry down. It's comforting, it's warm, it's cozy. It's a perfect winter scent. I have been really enjoying this one. And this is the only one too, by Dolce and Gabana. My next purchase is a Xerjoff. It comes in this luxurious leather box. And it has this really pretty velvety paper on top. It comes in this stunning navy blue bottle. And this is Cambridge. This fragrance was an exclusive launch at Harvey Nichols, which is located in Knightsbridge, London. A scale area with high-end restaurants, luxurious shops, including the iconic Harrods department store. I will read the notes first. This has Bulgarian rose and coriander. This has caramel, coffee, and bourbon vanilla. So the notes to this are vaulted and not disclosed. I was able to get some notes from Fredric. I also added some notes that I'm smelling. For example, coffee was not listed on Fredric, but I am picking up coffee. I have to say that this does smell a lot like Intense Cafe by Montale. I have a decant of that and I sprayed them side by side and they're very similar. This one is smoother. This is a lot smoother, more refined. When you're smelling it up close, you can smell the difference. Now, if somebody gets a whiff of you walking by, I don't think they're gonna know the difference. This is so good. It smells rich, it smells luxurious, it smells opulent, just like the Knightsbridge area. I suppose this is to give that experience of luxury shopping, luxury dining, and smelling fabulous and decadent. Smells very posh. You definitely get that rose. It's a sweet rose. I'm picking up some fruits in this. It might be dried fruits. It's aromatic. This is truly divine and decadent. If you don't own Deluxe, which is another one that this smells like, or Intense Cafe by Montale, I suggest you try this because it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, this is Cambridge by Xerjoff. This next one is Honeywood by Montale. I talked about this one in my previous video, which I will put a link to down below. That's why there's no packaging. I already put the packaging away. This has honey, it has oud, it has cinnamon. So it's a beautiful, sweet oud, which is not animalic, which is not barnyardy. It also has leather and patchouli, which my nose does not pick up. It's blended so nicely in there. This is such a nice, beautiful, warm, spicy fragrance. And I feel like the leather and patchouli just give it a depth. They elevate this and they keep it from being too sweet. And this is a really potent fragrance. You just need a few sprays and you're good to go. Again, this is Honeywood by Montale. I have another Montale here and this is Oud Tobacco. This is a beautiful red bottle. The top notes in here are sumac and citruses. Sumac is a berry plant which when is dried and ground is used for cooking. It's a spice and it's tangy and citrusy. So the opening of this is a little bit tangy. This also has cumin. Middle notes are oud, orange blossom, incense. These notes of tonka bean, tobacco, and oud. I must say, I was nervous about this fragrance. This has been on my radar for a long time. It's been on my list, and I have been nervous about it. First reason is because it has cumin. I can't do cumin in fragrances. I love it in my food and my cooking, but fragrances, no. Second reason is it has two types of oud. I like mini oud fragrances. But when there's two types and it's a barnyardy, heady oud, I just wouldn't be able to tolerate. So I didn't know what I was getting into. And 3, the incense note. Again, I have some fragrances with incense, which I absolutely adore, but it all depends if it's a very harsh type of incense. So I had 3 reasons not to get this. That's why I kept putting it off, and finally I bit the bullet, and I decided to be more daring, and I picked this up. Right off the top, it's fresh and citrusy, but it's not a very lemony type of citrus. The citrus is blended in so well with the spices and the other notes. It's not very zingy. It's a sweet citrus, just the right amount. Fresh, it's spicy, aromatic. The tobacco in here is also really toned down. This is not the tobacco that you get in Tobacolor by Christian Dior that I spoke about earlier. And it's mixed in with everything else so well. And for my fellow cumin dislikers, this cumin does not stand out one bit. It doesn't give off a BO type of thing that sometimes it can. You barely detect it. Like I said, if I didn't know there was cumin, I wouldn't pick it up. It's blended in seamlessly. You can't tell where one note ends and the other one begins. It's absolutely beautiful. I smell touches of cherry in this, and I know there's no cherry note listed, but sometimes it's associated with a scent of tobacco. It's like a pipe tobacco with a cherry flavored ever so slightly. It's warm, it's cozy, it's sexy. It's addictive. I can't stop sniffing my wrist when I have this on. Unlike Honey Oud, this fragrance can be oversprayed. This fragrance is not as potent as I thought it would be. I was afraid to spray it more than once when I first received it. I was afraid I was gonna choke myself out and hate it. So I went lightly. And as the day went on, I felt like I needed to spray more of it on. This one is not as potent as some of the other Montales are, because most of them are pretty strong. Longevity of this is pretty good. I get 8+ hours. The projection is there for about 2 to 3 hours. This is definitely not a beast mode fragrance. You can easily overspray it. I think it's perfect for winter time. This does cut through the cold. It wears beautifully in the winter because you have those warm spices, you have those tobacco touches, and the oud in here is beautiful. It's sweet, it's not offensive, it's not barnyardy. If you're afraid of the 3 notes I mentioned, oud, cumin, and incense, you might still like this one. See if you can get a sample, see if you could get your nose on it, because I was shocked at how much I love this. This is so good. I'm so happy that I finally pulled the trigger and got this one. This is Oud Tobacco by Montale. This next fragrance I have here is Scherzo by Miller Harris. And I have been intrigued with this fragrance. This was a blind buy, as some of the other ones were as well. It comes in a very fun packaging bottle. It just looks lighthearted, fun. I'm gonna go ahead and read the notes first. Top notes, there's tangerine and artemisia. Middle notes are rose, olibanum, narcissus. Base notes are agarwood, sweet notes, patchouli, and vanilla. Oh my gosh. I am not gonna spray this right now. It's gonna fill up the room. This has crazy good performance, insane. This stays on my skin 10+ hours, and even after I wash it off, I can still smell the remnants of it. It just doesn't leave my skin. The sillage on this is absolutely out of this world. The sillage is beautiful, it's intoxicating. This has a projection for days. You will get so many compliments with this one. This is one of those, I have to know what you're wearing scents. Summing this fragrance up, it's a fresh, spicy, sweet rose. When I just sprayed this on, I wasn't blown away, but as the fragrance starts to dry down, that's where the magic happens. That's when I can't stop sniffing my wrist. It's sweet, seductive. It's very elegant. It's modern. I find it to be quite playful and youthful at the same time, but any age group can wear this fragrance. It's not too serious, but it is refined and sophisticated. I would wear this one for a special occasion, going out, going to dinner. You will be noticed and your presence will be known from miles away. I definitely recommend you get your nose on this one. And this is Scherzo by Miller Harris. And that completes my haul for today. Please let me know down in the comments below what were some of your recent hauls. what you liked, what you didn't, if you received any great fragrances for Christmas, if you bought yourself anything for New Year's. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here soon. Take care.